Hey everybody. Today I'm going to try to hopefully do a decent job of reducing down this piece of what's called Mahogany Obsidian. So there's two different grades of Mahogany Obsidian. This one you can look at, it's nice and shiny and everything else. It doesn't look like it has any defaults. When you look at this one doesn't have a piece knocked off like this one, but look at you can see all the cracks in it. So this one, it might still work, but what ends up happening is those cracks could run right through the whole piece. So chances of you getting anything out of it, if they go through the whole piece, are slim to none. But on the other hand, if you could find out you knock this off, and then everything inside this piece is very nice. So it's one of those materials. There's another chunk of the mahogany stuff. All right, so we'll need this. Definitely got to have a leg pad, especially with obsidian, and a glove. A leather glove. If you got these gloves here are cut resistant. My wife got them for me off Amazon. They work. I was going through probably 10 Band-Aids a night. Now I'm lucky if I go through one Band-Aid a month because of these. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna braid the sharp edge. So now we're gonna want to try to get some nice usable pieces out of this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit it here, try to drive a flake that runs this chunk here, so we'll be able to make a nice point out of that one, and then we'll look at hitting it. We'll look at where we're going to attack it from the next piece. There you go. So I want to make sure we just knock the hards off that edge. Give it in a braid again. So now I'm gonna hit it right here, try to drive this piece off. Okay. There. Oh, I hit that one too hard, the piece just disintegrated. I still got a nice point out of that. I'll be in a good video on thinning for this one. That one just overshot. Right there. So this piece, when I hit it here, it drove it across, and then the piece ran down and took off part of this edge. So now we're going to hit it here, take some of this off. I hit it here, and the piece ran all the way to here. That'll make a nice point. Backen this edge up a bit, give it some strength so that if I hit it, it doesn't just crush off. Okay, so right now, what we've got is, if you draw the center line of the piece, that's right on the center line, or maybe just a little bit below it, going this way. So what I can do is give that a smack. It'll drive this flake off here. Oh, a piece of obsidian on my finger. It'll drive this flake off, and then now this corner will be lower, and then we can hit this one, and it will come down and take this chunk off. So that's what we're going to try. That's what we're shooting for. ran down this way a lot farther than I thought it would. That's the one thing with obsidian, you don't have to hit it hard to make your flakes travel, and if you hit it too hard, then it breaks into a whole bunch of pieces, as you can see when I was trying to spall that chunk off. So now what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to hit it here. We're going to try and drive a piece off this way. Just like that. You took that chunk right off there. So now we're going to braid this. I'm going to try to follow this ridge, doing the same thing. And we're going to work this up to here, then we get to the point, and then I'm going to lower this edge, and I'm going to try to take this one back, but getting too far ahead of myself. See that one? Might be able to get a point to that. Yeah, that one shot over. You can see where it came, and then this whole piece came off again. So this here, you can see I got a hollow here, so I got to knock some of this off. So I'm not gonna strike it hard because I don't want to run a flake right across, but I just want to dish that off. Just like that. So now there's no dish here, because whenever it dishes, if the flake starts running and it doesn't terminate, it can drop through the dish and then cut your piece in half as well. So you have to be aware of that. That's why the flakes like running on something that's convex, not concave. So flake will run across that real easy, where this way it takes more energy, and that's what ends up happening is it comes across and then it'll dive through into the bottom. If it doesn't just stop, sometimes it'll just terminate and hinge. That, when you strike it on the end like that, that's when you got to really worry about busting your piece. So you got to try to make sure you got it supported as best you can. I've busted so many pieces right there because I'm trying to work them from the end. Before I learned that you have to thin the ends first, I couldn't figure out why. I'd get a nice, what I thought was a nice piece, and then I would bust it, and it would happen time and time again. That one, just curve that one out that way. So I'd lower that shoulder a little bit. Oh, there's a flaw right there. See the crack? See it right in the material. Yeah, you can see right there. It runs through. Might come up here, it looks like. Hopefully not. We'll get it all figured out. I'm going to change the boppers, get a little bit too big for the billets, get a little too big for that. running those flakes are coming almost all the way across each one, which is what I was hoping for. Basically, I'm trying to run thinning flakes across it, but being gentle enough that I don't push them all the way across so that it overshoots. All right. This is the one that's going to be sketchy, because if I hit this piece to try to take this chunk out to make it somewhat even, I have to worry about this piece when I hit it coming back up through here, and then I end up with two pieces. It didn't quite travel as far as I wanted it to, but it did travel, so that's a good thing. There we go. So now we're going to run some flakes on this edge across. That one ran right to there. This went there, right to there. I'll crush that edge. See what happened? I crushed the edge. Now it's going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt. See if I can come across from this side. Yeah, look at that, cleaned it right off. But unfortunately, I just flattened this edge. Now I'm going to braid down. I'm going to catch this edge because it'll still be low because it's pretty thick. I'll run another set of flakes. Try not to, I want them to almost end in the middle, just because it'll make it easier. Because I don't want this just to always be like right now. It's got a little bit of convexity, and I'd like to have a little bit more. Found where that other crack was, it let go. Run that groove right there. That's exactly what we did. Stiffen that baby up. A step fracture right there. Okay, I'm going to change the size of my billet again. That's getting too big. that second flake came from. I knew I was going to lose the last part of that tip, but now that crack's completely gone. There we go. Got the tip thin. I'll start working this edge down, and then we only have a couple of spots that are a little bit thick for me. We'll see if we can get to them. We'll go from there. So right now, I want to make sure these are really strong shoulders. That's why I'm abrading them, because I don't want to crush, because a crush is going to make me have to turn around and take way more material off than I want to. As I said it, I did it. There we go. A little on the tip. Yeah, that's what it looks like right now. You can see right there. If I catch it there, hopefully I can take this chunk off, and then I can flip it over and take this chunk off, and then it'll almost be done. You just gotta shape it and notch it and sharpen it. There we go, that's one. Didn't quite go as far as I wanted it to, but I'll take it. That a little too hard. Just about got it here. See what I'm looking at? So that's what our point looks like right now. So now I take the pressure flaker, I get a couple more little flakes off of here, and maybe see if I can tough this bottom up. We'll see if we can run a few up the bottom so it'll help with thinning it for the notching. There's a couple of really nice ones. I'm going to try to take a flake here and run it down into here, and then we'll have a look at it. We might take one right here and run it down into there as well. Just braid the edge. This we need. Got to make sure those platforms are strong. All right, so now we'll pressure flake this one. Got my hand pad. So we're gonna catch the edges again. Find the pressure flaker. I set it down after the last video and didn't know where it went. Okay, so same thing. You see that got the this is below center, so I'm going to catch this and flip it. I'm going to pull this down. This one I'm going to go the opposite way because you can see the lump right there, and that'll straighten that edge out. And then we'll do the same on this edge. You see that one's low, and then this one's low going the opposite way, and then low, low, low again and going this way, right? So this way, then this way, and this way. Sorry, my camera doesn't, I'm just using my cell phone right now for my videos, and doesn't seem to want to, I haven't figured out the zoom in it. It's only got 0.5 and 1, and I got it on 1 right now. hinged off right in there. That's going to be a tough one to fix. Oh man, I just blew my symmetry for my tip. See if I can fix it up here. See what I mean? When I crushed that shoulder, and now instead of the tip coming out, I lost that much material out of it, right? So I gotta see if I can fix that up. One of the things that, especially for the very tip that I found, I don't hang it over the edge anymore, because when I was picking it, like trying to flake the tip, I would bust like 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch off. So now what I do is I actually put it down onto the hand pad, whether it's this style or this one here. And then I'll push down and just pop a little flake off. It only goes part way. And then I can come in from the other side, do the same thing. And that way I don't bust my tip off. There we go. Oh, pissed me off. That's not what I wanted. Alrighty. Just dressing the tip up a bit, just so it'll hold on to the edge better, so when I flake, so it'll drive the flake in farther. All right. I have to invest in the music during this. It's not so quiet, because I'm forgetting to talk. So there's, we got one edge basically done. Now I'm going to finish up this edge. And then what we're going to do with this one is we're going to do corner notches. So we're going to come in this way. In a perfect world. Yeah, I'll leave that now. A lot better than I thought that was going to work. A very slight hinge right there, if you can see it. Like, that's what happened when you crush this edge and your flake doesn't drive in, and then you get this big. Unfortunately, I'm going to see if I can get that. I'm going to see if I can take that out with a couple of flakes, but if not, I don't want to lose too much width because I'd. There you go. That flake took half of it. Hopefully that one took the other half. That step is now gone. So there's our point resin right now. It's about a 1/4 inch thick at the tip, a little bit thinner at the base. That's the way I like to make them, just because I don't want the tip breaking off. I'm just going to pressure flake off the bottom here so it's more symmetrical, and then we're going to notch it, or attempt to notch it. So right now I'm just catching the bottom where I'm going to notch, try to thin it as much as I can. And I'm going to try to be a little gentler with this one because I want to have successful notches on video. Oh, that's not a good sound. There you go. Okay. So now we're going to take this. So I'm going to basically run 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch in from here. Same on that side. And then that'll be our finished point. You got to make sure that your tool, when you're notching, that your notch is actually wider than your tool. So you got to make sure that when you pop the flakes off that you come and work the edge, because otherwise what happens is you'll reach in to continue that notch, and when you push down you'll turn one way left or the right, and you'll take a piece off this side or this side, whichever way you're turning into. That's the little, see, there's the little cone of percussion right there that I was talking about. So I'm gonna pick it up and put it in my fingers so you see it better. That's what it looks like. It's just a little cone. Ideally, you want to see take one like that from one side, and when you flip the point over, you take one like that from the other, and you can walk your notch up as deep as you want it. In a perfect world. Some guys are exceptionally good at notching. off the top of my head, Mike Cook, he's got videos on YouTube. Lots of other guys, though, like Mike's got phenomenal videos. There's so many people that you can watch on YouTube for notching. And I watch them and I try them and I think I get everything working out, and then I just go through a slump where I break everything. Every time I try to notch it, I break a piece off. So. I think I just stalled that notch out. All right, let's try this one. I was talking about blowing the notch, so I pushed the little corner percussion out here, and I lost this corner. Do not drop them like that. I've had them where I drop them on the floor. That's why I have a couple of old bathtub mats here. It's because I've dropped them on the floor and bust the whole corner or break the tip off. And you hear a whole bunch of words most people don't want to hear. Well, it looks like both my notches stalled out at the same point. So that's not really a bad thing. So what I'll do here is see, because I blew this corner off, I'll take this corner and I'll just make it look the same. And then it'll look like it was meant to be. All right, let's sharpen her up. So obsidian, the rock, is still a cut from a surgical steel scalpel is 10 times bigger than a cut from a flake of obsidian. So I know that they used to use obsidian when they were doing open heart surgery because smaller scar, less scar tissue on the heart. From my understanding, they still use it for it. Like if you get a cut with a piece of obsidian, you don't know you're cut. And all of a sudden you're looking around to see where all this blood's coming from. That's how sharp this stuff is. There it is, finally got it. Actually, I believe this is, yeah, I thought it was a different type of obsidian, but it was the way it looked in the light. So there's finish point. Thank you.